Could Harpuia beat Akuma? We rarely see MegaMan characters fighting anything besides other robots. So exactly how much danger are you in if CopyX is rampaging down your street? Could you fight off a Maverick Alouette in a pillow fight? I'm going to break down where the games indicate all of the MegaMan cast rank in power, using common sense and extrapolation to fill in the gaps. I'm not ranking every enemy, Robot Master, or Maverick individually though. Robot Masters and Mavericks are likely all comparable in power. I'm also skipping characters from the more obscure games like Rockman Strategy. Regarding the ranking ratings, I'm not ranking individual attacks, and MegaMan is a combo-heavy series. I'm ranking how much destruction would a character likely cause before we could stop them, assuming we had 8 hours notice they were going to spawn and attack somewhere on Earth. Most individual attacks in the Zero series would still range between wall and town level. Defense ratings are what level of damage would be required to one-shot a character. Last time, we put all Classic and X-Humans in H tier, because they are just ordinary people. But by Zero and ZX, it appears they are almost indistinguishable from Reploids. So let's bump them up with basic Reploids. Let's kick this off with probably the most complicated topics we need to understand to scale these characters. Cyber Elves and Cyberspace. At some point before or during the X series, a new plane of existence was discovered or created that is a perfect replica of the real world, as well as contains memory spaces and unique areas. This new plane is called cyberspace, and all Reploids, Mechaniloids, and Cyborgs exist on the border between these two planes. I promise this is vital to evaluating Cyber Elves. The mechanical beings usually exist mostly in the real world, while they can swap in some circumstances. Cyber Elves are entirely digital beings, like Battle Network's Navis, that exist in cyberspace, but by destroying all of their data can interact with other beings that are on the border between these planes. Anything purely in the real world though, they can't touch. So, in the scenario we've been using, they would be a non-threat we can't do much to. But they've been shown to be able to fire buster shots at enemies or hold them for short periods. So I will rank them just above Classic Beat with Mechaniloid Platoon level offense, and Beat level offense. This goes for Cyber Elf X2. The Mother Elf is a special program built off of Zero's innately Maverick data, and the Sigma virus. After it was discovered, Zero's Reploid DNA neutralized and immunized him to the Sigma virus. Unlike the Cyber Elves, she emanates. Yes, as in the Gnostic emanation. She can use her powers without limit. These powers are mostly the ability to modify mechanical or digital beings, effectively rewriting reality as far as their existence goes. While we could debate endlessly how she could transition to our cyberspace, let's just say anything connected to the internet is fair game. She could turn your computer into a tank, or your phone into a mechaniloid. She could turn a drone into a dreadnought. That's a conservative reading. I think this is A tier, and a solar system level threat we couldn't stop. Like, I can only classify her defenses as MegaMan universe level. You don't need anything too crazy, but you need MegaMan technology, or maybe our theoretical peak technology, to make a play at her. The babies, Kriya and Priya, are young copies of the Mother Elf who have limited power to rewrite reality, but still can spam plenty of large attacks against machines. We couldn't stop them, but the biggest threat they could pose is destroying our internet-enabled devices with ease. For this reason, I'm making another exception and giving them Extinction-level offense against Reploids, and MegaMan Universe-level defenses, just above Ramu. But with that, the elves are done, so hopefully we can get back to straightforward rankings. Copy X is a replica of X, seal-made when she was 6, after X went missing when he made contact with the Mother Elf. Unfortunately, this copy is pretty targreed, with weak abilities. He can, however, turn into an angel for some reason that's actually pretty strong in his lair, but is hampered by the form making him immobile like Great Redif's. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt he can float slowly, and give him medium city offense. Same bomb shelter defense as most Reploids, D ahead of Shadow. However, Dr. Weil created a quick copy of Copy X, who stutters and is even dumber, though a bit stronger. Also medium city and just ahead of fake Zero. Not gonna lie, he's pretty trash. His Nova Strike is more of a leisurely air dash. El Piso is a civilian Reploid with no combat abilities, but when the Mother Elf rewrites reality to turn him into a moth, he jumps up in power with rapid-fire shots and the ability to create platforms or walls. He also gains the ability to release big attacks on the regular. He has terrible mobility, but can teleport. I'm giving him large city attack, and a spot just ahead of Command Armor X. Omega, when modified by the Mother Elf, has many large-range projectiles and a reduced vulnerability hidden by 2 oversized copies of X and Zero's heads. It's strong, but I'm putting him before Scarface with large city offense. It seems like it has bad mobility. It just doesn't compare to Omega's true form. But that's already been ranked. Craft is kind of a walking arsenal, with short reload times and a solid strategy. I don't think he matches Ultimate Command Armor, but I see him right behind it with large metro, maybe barely small country offense. Dr. Weil is a former human turned cyborg who face-tanked an orbital laser, but we are looking at him after he fuses with the same space laser. His attacks don't matter. He's a space laser and can fart countries off the map. You drop him in our world and Earth is cooked. I'm putting him at galaxy level offense, and I seriously think moon level defense at minimum. He expected to survive crashing the laser into the Earth, and Zero was just chipping him down enough so he couldn't. I think this is S tier material. I'm dropping Pantheons just ahead of Godeo and generic Reploids, because that's what they are, but with cannons and other weaponry attached. Weil is going for death by a million mosquitoes. Rainbow Devil is a devil that just has goo to absorb impact. It doesn't block any attacks like other devils. Small city offense and a spot right above the Pantheons. This is a terrible regression. The 4 Guardians are 4 parts of X's psyche that split off, possibly due to his armor usage. Seal then created bodies for them too. Harpuia, like the other 4, has a transformed state of a helicopter, thanks to the mother and baby elves. But it's a big downgrade, so we're looking at just base Harpuia. He is agile and able to fly, and send saber slashes as projectiles. I see him edging out Weil and Falcon Armor X with large city offense. Fafnir can turn into a tricycle with flamethrowers. A lateral change unless he needs to make tracks. On foot, he kind of creates a bullet hell stream using many shots, bombs, and causing eruptions all around him. As a tricycle, he shoots flames, fire rings, and bombs. Less pressure, but he's also barreling ahead. I think it earns him a spot just out of Gold Armor X with small metro offense and decent mobility in tricycle mode. Leviathan is Queen of the Water and able to transform into a manta ray-shaped deep-sea skimmer. Both are excellent offensively and fight similarly by raining down razor-sharp snowflakes, flinging spearheads, and summoning ice dragons. She's also deadly when it comes to rushing in and tossing you about. If water is available to her, say she attacks Venice or a coastal or river city, I can see her approaching Marino with large city attacks, but she needs the water. Phantom only theoretically has a transformation because he died before the elves could make one for him. Part of that stems from him just being shadow armor but competent. He throws kunais, and boomeranging shuriken he can ride as well as creating clones to try and hide among. The thing is, it's obvious which is real, and he will do this over and over, giving opponents easy hits. I have to put him just ahead of shadow armor with medium city attack. And that's everyone in Zero. A nice and short one after X's insane cast. I'm expecting people will expect 0-0, but he appears to be almost indistinguishable from X0, possibly slightly weaker. He is in a perfect replica of his original body. Yes, the lore is this is just a difference of art style. His body has not changed in any way. Maybe Alouette made an anime about his exploits and this is his redesign. You may be able to make a case ultimate form and the extra weapons might just edge X0 out, even if he is a little weaker. So I'll put him here to satisfy you and put Omega below X0 because he's X0, but overclocked and without Zero's peak combat intelligence. ZX is next time. How bad can a 2-game series be? If you liked this, please like and subscribe for the rest of the series.